Alafia. I'm Philip John Neimark. I'd like to welcome you to the first iteration of a new month for our weekly ifascope. It goes so quickly, and it isn't just a matter of you getting a bit older or anything else. It just goes so fast in today's world that if we don't stay on top of what the universe is bringing us, if we do not, wrap both our minds and our bodies around what it is we're seeing and doing and what's the right thing, we are simply going to fall farther and farther behind. So let's listen carefully to the ifascope and find out what reactions we should have to the events of this coming week. And before we do that, I'd like to get a small plug for my wife, Iavasa, and urge any and all of you, whether think you've been here before or anything else, first of all, go to our website. Our website is changing, it's dynamic, it contains all kinds of information, and it will contain more and more information each and every day, each and every week, certainly, for you to have your knowledge and understanding of Ifa grow and become stronger and more potent. And then there's her Ifa Prime. She was telling me last night, was that a great name, when she changed over from WebEx? Well, WebEx is the person that produces it. But yes, I said that was a great name because it encompasses what we're doing. It encompasses the gardens and their life form and the essence of what they are. It encompasses each and everything which may come up on the understanding and the use of things related to Ifa. You're not going to hear, by the way, what other people say, oh, it was always this way or it was always that way. The one thing about the foundation is it changes. We change our mind along with the universe changing its behavior. Oh, the basic kinds of, things apply, but they must be applied in a different way. I mean, we don't buy a car and look to crank it anymore. So, stay tuned or tune in to her Ifa Prime every Wednesday night. And all you have to do is go to the website and one time only get her email under Contact Us, and just drop her a note and say, hey, I'd like to give this a try. Your husband assures me that there's no cost or any obligation, and all you need is a computer, hopefully a camera or whatever, and she's going to give you a code which lets you enter into that and either watch or participate, not only with what Vasa has to say, but with a whole host of Oluwos have to say, and in phase, with their personal experiences, and then other people's as well, people that aren't initiated yet. And one thing I can promise you, you're going to get the truth. You may not like it, it may upset you, you may send us 32 fake orders, but you're going to get the truth one way or the other. So, having said that, it's, Wednesday evenings, and the website for Ifa Foundation, .org, just contains all kinds of new information with more new information coming. Okay? And we may need it this week, you can never tell. Because this week the Odu was a great Odu, was Ogbi Wandering. And that's an Odu where new ideas, new changes, new things are just streaming out. The Big Bang Theory, they're going to happen to all of us, or they're not going to happen. We're going to pick the right ones, or we're going to pick the wrong ones, and if we pick the right ones, we'll be arrayed. If we pick the wrong ones, we're not going to be arrayed. And on the emotional spiritual side, it's blockage breaks loose. It's time for us to, take a deep breath, let it out, and go about our business as we see things go from difficult to easier. Unfortunately, the cast does not indicate that. The cast is a very strong indication, and it is only a worry, that for EB, that we are failing on two areas. We are failing to, one, look at the Ogbe in the everyday reading, and we're getting the old, or our old, ideas of what it has in mind. These are new ideas that come shooting through the universe. Wipe your brain like this and say, what's new? What can I use here? What makes sense for me, for my family, for the community? That's what you're looking for. Because if you go for something in the short term, a job or anything else, it's very interesting. My son is, sifting through a host of offers. He got his master's degree in a very esoteric, field of computer science, and people are just bidding him up. And up till now, because he hasn't made the final decision, he's trying to decide which of these things offers him the best opportunity, the best working environment, not necessarily the most money. All right? That's what this kind of energy streaming offers you. You could go for the $120,000 or $150,000 a year job, or you could go for the $70,000 a year job, which is likely to make you a great deal happier. You're not doing it right now, so you have to look and see why. And you need to have greater than normal introspection. You need to think about both these things and keep it in the context, keep it in the in the question of why you make this choice, or why you're failing to make the choice, why you're not dispersing with the blockages that exist, why things aren't getting easier for you. It's the old seamstress thing, measure twice, cut once. If you do it, it'll work out. Even more concerning is the area for the EB, because the area is Ogbe Meiji for victory. In other words, a very, very strong, the strongest that we can get, indication that we are going to totally miss this. We're going to just let it go by and just think, oh, what happened? I don't know. Whew, this is hard. This is, difficult. Well, it doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be difficult. That's the whole point. And what you need here is oil to Orunmila. It is a story for Orunmila because it's something wrong with your whole outlook here, and oil is telling you to slow down, to take it in a more considerate basis, in a calmer basis, to look not at that individual thing which is happening, but how that individual thing which is changing goes like this and this and this. So what you do is you take down Orunmila, or whatever suffices for Orunmila. You take a container of oil, and you can If you have the Ikeen, you could place it on the Ikeen. If not, just place it in front of the, what suffices for the offering. And pray to Orunmila, and 2 white candles, always 2 for Orunmila. And pray to Orunmila to give you the insight, the understanding, the determination, and the learning ability to get rid of those walls that you have built up. The things that you never want to change because they gave you comfort. And in the past, they probably worked. But they're not working for you now, is my guess. Or it wouldn't be Ogbi Meiji off path. So let's go for Ogbi Meiji on path. Make the offering, and we'll take a look at it next week. Until then, love and blessings.